Thank you very much for joining me. I'm meteorologist Brian Shields. Excuse my voice, just fighting off something. Now, we are tracking a big front moving through the U.S. right now. These fronts are going to get closer to the Caribbean as we go over the next few weeks. We'll start to get some of the Christmas winds, some cooler weather. Short term, though, we continue to watch the building rain through parts of the Caribbean. We've had some rain in Jamaica, some spots nonstop, even swinging back toward the U.S. and British Virgin Islands. We'll get to that in a second. Let me touch on the temperatures real quickly here. Cold stuff still well to the north. Big cold outbreaks coming the next couple of weeks in the United States, sweeping down from Canada. Some of the coldest weather of the season so far. And soon that is going to kind of creep its way back to at least the northern Caribbean. So these fronts are going to be something to watch. And with that, the winds in particular. Now, with this first front, you see the winds kind of gusty right through the Caribbean. Here's that front there. In the front, the dividing line between warm and cool temperatures, or warm and cold temperatures, and the change in the winds. Winds out of the north, right through the northern Gulf of Mexico, and creeping into the northern Bahamas. For us, as we work our way through the Caribbean, winds are generally the predominant wind, east and southeast. We're still dealing with that. Now, this first front, as we go forward into the weekend, starts to move in, but as it often does this time of year, as we get into early December, we see the fronts kind of falling apart. This front, though, kind of makes its way back through parts of the Bahamas, Cuba, Jamaica, down even near Honduras and Nicaragua, so the winds will change slightly. At the least, that means some slightly cooler nights, a drop in some of the humidity. So we'll be watching this pattern change, and then a bigger front, a really big one, that will take shape in the U.S. as we get into the upcoming week. More on that as we get down the road. Now, watching this, tracking this area of rain that continues to build in the Caribbean, we're going to see this kind of shifting its way back toward Central America. As of now, no signs of development, but still the possibility of flooding, and we've been watching that near Jamaica, very active today, even all the way back through eastern Cuba, Turks and Caicos, still near Haiti and parts of the Dominican Republic, at least some scattered showers around. Let me know in the comments your location and what you're getting, especially if you have some flooding. That's why we have this weather community together, so everyone could kind of get a handle on where some of the worst weather is. So put your location down. We swing back toward the U.S. and British Virgin Islands. Occasionally, we've seen some of those scattered showers that have been around. So we've been monitoring that. St. Thomas, for example, we had some of the rain from overnight. Now, this area that we're watching together in the Caribbean, is it going to develop into something tropically? It's still not likely. I've been saying that pretty much every video. The European model is saying very, very slight chance, maybe 20-30% chance of tropical development out of that area, but that's not really the big issue either way. It's going to be the building rain and that possibility of some flooding. So none of the models, the American, European, Canadian, and Icon, are developing this area into a tropical storm. Is it still possible? Yeah, water temperatures are still warm, but conditions above our heads are not conducive for development, which is a good thing. So I'm watching it. Next name on the list is Tony, but I'm not seeing that at this point. But let me show you what I am seeing. Here's the American model. Almost all the models in very good agreement. There's that front back through the Gulf, pulling back toward parts of Florida into the northern Bahamas, but there's still some of that rain back toward Jamaica. And watching a sliver of some rain there, Trinidad and Tobago, Suriname, still some of those scattered showers. And you see a couple of those showers, Puerto Rico, U.S. and British Virgin Islands. Puerto Rico, we need to get some rain in some spots, isolated showers possible. Now, this here is by tomorrow. You can see the rain starting to build tomorrow into Sunday. So as we get through the weekend, right into Central America, as expected, everything right on track. Watching the rain building again in Panama, Costa Rica, as if we need any more in some spots. Nicaragua, Honduras, and then as we get into next week, this is by Monday, you see a few things here. One, this big area of rain, I'll monitor for tropical development. Biggest concern, though, will be that flood potential, and then elsewhere, spotty showers, but still at times, some of this rain kind of coming in from the east, so kind of more of an active pattern. Dominica, St. Lucia, Barbados, Guyana, Suriname, Trinidad, St. Vincent the Grenadines, Grenada, at times, we're going to see some of this rain that will be moving in as we get into the upcoming week. So I mentioned December is going to be active, and it is going to at least start out very active, and then we'll be tracking some of those temperature changes with those fronts. Now, the seas are going to build with this area building in the Caribbean, that area of rain. Things are going to get choppier as we go forward in time. This is through the weekend. Watch what happens by the time we get into Sunday and Monday. There's that front in the Gulf of Mexico. So, of course, the choppy seas in the Gulf of Mexico, but then building in the Caribbean. This here is by Sunday, couple meters, 2 to 3, nothing super crazy, but watching out for it building further. You can see things, see a little bit of yellow popping up, upwards of about 3 meters, so looking near 10 feet in the Western Caribbean. So giving you a heads up if you have any interest on the water. Now, as we get to the bigger picture, there's that front sliding by. Here's Bermuda. Atlantic region of Canada, as expected. We've got that cold rain and some snow in spots. Watching that over toward Newfoundland. Here's that front that moves by. Now, as it presses by down to the south, it does weaken some. You see that rain that'll move through Bermuda, but we're going to see front. This is by tomorrow afternoon. This here is by Sunday. We're going to see a few more fronts kind of pinwheeling around this, working in across parts of the United States and trying to dip down toward Canada. So as we get into next week, we are going to start to get some changes in the winds and temperatures. And again, more on that ahead. Now back to the rain, watching it building. Still near Jamaica, we could get some spots on an additional 3 to 4 inches of rain, or 75 millimeters of rain to about an inch of some rain. Not as much for us across the Bahamas, but for us in Jamaica, watching that. In the Cayman Islands, we could see some batches of rain. As this area kind of builds in the Caribbean, there is that chance, the increased chance of some rain. So heads up, Cayman Islands, we could get some of that. Not as much Haiti and the Dominican Republic, still some scattered showers. And you see some of the rain, and we already had some of this over toward parts of the Virgin Islands. We could, the next few days, get a couple spots, not all of us. Some of us are completely dry, but others could get a couple inches of rain or 50 millimeters of rain, and they're just watching out for some batches of showers. Could see the same thing Trinidad and Tobago, northeastern sections of Venezuela, where if we get some repeat showers the next 2 days, 75 millimeters of rain or 3 inches of rain will be possible. Same thing Suriname, back through Guyana. More rain in the Atlantic that will be headed off toward the west. So that's going to give us that very active pattern. Of course, this is the area that rain is going to be building. Generally south and west of Jamaica, watching your Honduras, Nicaragua, Costa Rica, Panama, Caribbean side, closer to the water, higher totals, 3-day totals over 100 millimeters of rain or 4 inches of rain. Belize, I'll be watching us down the road to see how much of this rain kind of gets close, but Mexico City to the north, back through Texas, we've been a little bit cooler and on the dry side. So still the elevated chance of rain across Jamaica. Some of us dry, others seeing some of the rain and even a couple of thunderstorms. I'll be watching your comments throughout the day. Cayman Islands, that rain chance is up a notch. We're looking at a 50% chance the next couple days. Pretty equal chances, or smaller islands versus Grand Cayman. Trinidad and Tobago, keeping scattered showers around. Some of us have been completely dry. Others have seen some of those repeat showers. Barbados, rain chance about 30% for today. We do that again in St. Lucia, 30% today, about a 40% chance for our Saturday. Moving forward, as we get through the weekend, Grenada, today through the weekend, 30 to 40% chance of some of that rain, and looking at about a 50% chance tomorrow. St. Vincent of the Grenadines, that rain chance will be bumping up, 30 to 40% chance as we work our way into Martinique. So this would be some passing showers if you get that, 30 to 40% chance the next 2 days. Right through the weekend, Dominica, we're looking at about a 40% chance of some of those scattered showers. 30% chance today in Guadeloupe, a 40% chance tomorrow, 40% chance of some of those scattered showers near Antigua, Barbuda today. Rain chance for us this weekend, though it's not super high. Watching out for some showers at least nearby St. Kitts and Nevis and Montserrat. Rain chance kind of on the low side as we slide through the weekend. 50% chance of rain today in Guilla and St. Bart's. A 30% chance for tomorrow. 40% chance today, St. Martin, Saba and Statia. And just a very isolated, kind of small chance working our way through the upcoming weekend. Rain chance stays small in Puerto Rico. There are some showers near the Virgin Islands. Some of those may try to filter in, but the rain chance overall not super substantial. 20 to 30% chance, 50% chance today, which has already panned out for some of us in the British and U.S. Virgin Islands through the weekend. Rain chance about 20%. Generally very limited across the Bahamas. Cool nights, chilly nights in spots in the Bahamas. Southern Bahamas, better chance of rain. We could still get some of those scattered showers around Turks and Caicos. Today through the weekend, about a 30% chance of watching out for some of those passing showers. 30% chance in the Dominican Republic. So you see how that rain chance has gone down. As that area builds in the Western Caribbean, it kind of shifts away. Same thing in Haiti. South side near Jacmel, we could get about a 50% chance of those scattered showers today. And then the rain chance will be dropping off through the weekend. Belize, though, on the flip side, rain chance is gradually going to be increasing. I'll be watching that. Aruba, Curacao, and Bonaire, it'd be a passing shower. 20 to 30% chance today, tomorrow, into the upcoming weekend. Curacao, about a 30% chance of a shower as we work our way into the weekend. Rain chance today in Guyana, 30%, but by Sunday up to a 50% chance. So the rain is going to build again in Guyana, even over toward Suriname. We need to monitor for some areas of flooding, isolated areas of flooding closer to the Atlantic as we work our way through the weekend forecast. Cuba, we have some of those chilly nights, and we're mainly on the dry side. But we will be watching Costa Rica very carefully, and even Panama, as the rain builds again. We're going to watch out for that mudslide threat, and we'll be watching that as well as we lift to the north. Look at that rain building in Nicaragua, up to a 70% chance of rain this weekend, closer to the Caribbean as we get into the weekend, and Honduras as well. That rain chance will be building. I'll be fine-tuning that as we go forward as I watch out for that area of kind of tropical rain. But on the flip side, Guatemala, El Salvador, we are generally dry, and we're dry across Mexico City with some of those chillier nights that have been with us. Now, as we work our way across the Yucatan Peninsula, not a lot yet. We'll see how next week kind of evolves and see if some of this moisture kind of creeps our way. Northern Colombia, 50% chance of rain today, 40% chance tomorrow. And through the weekend in northern Venezuela, about a 20 to 30% chance. Now, for Bermuda, we have that front moving by. It's not going to be all day rain, but watching out for some rain with that front, and then the rain chance tomorrow at about 30%. So, tracking this large area of rain near Jamaica, building in the Western Caribbean. As of now, no signs of tropical development, but strong cold fronts are getting closer, setting the stage for an active December. So thank you for being part of this weather community, sharing it with others, and have a good rest of your day.